Let me see. I got this on Amazon. I love it. It's so handy. I'm gonna drink some water. Okay, because hydration is key. Girl, good morning. Good morning. Super early live. Super early live, and I'm going to tell you why. So, good morning, Diary Readers. New, old, and everyone in between is Dinah. And I'm going live early because I just took Aston to the bus this morning. Listen, last week, let me tell you what happened. I was on it. I was uploading my videos, and then so this is what happened. So the reason I haven't posted in 7 days, haven't gone live, is because I'm so over YouTube. They're so petty and childish, and just they're very like obnoxious with the censorship. It's out of control at this point. Like literally, I'm literally like talking to people about like I need to find somebody about just making my own platform, but for SW, where you can freely post, like you can make your own content and freely post. Like we're gonna have to make our own website because it's just out of control at this point. I went to upload my video last week on Thursday. It wasn't Thursday morning, but it was Thursday evening. And something told me when I was editing it, something told me like, oh, clip out, or blank out this part of the video, because obviously I was showing a clip of me at work, obviously wearing my lingerie, and it was see-through. I can't stand YouTube. They like, what are you, 5? Like, what are you, all this censorship? Like, what are you trying to protect the eyes of the people? But people can protect their own eyes. If someone is not interested in looking at something, they know how not to click on it. They don't need you to censor every little thing. Like, we're talking about grown adults here, okay? And if there's children online, that's their parents' fault for even having them looking at the computer unsupervised. So stop it. Just stop it. We don't need you to, oh my goodness, please protect us, YouTube. We need you to protect us day and night from every little thing. Like, oh my goodness, she's not wearing a bra. You could see her nipple through her clothes. Oh my goodness, she's wearing a sheer dress. You can see her thong. And you can see that and more in the real world, you idiots. So anyways, so in the video last week that I uploaded, like I said, I had on my lingerie. So it was obviously, it was a sheer teddy. So it was see-through. And the only problem was like once I turned around, like I said, I had on a G-string. So once I turned around, I didn't blink it out or anything. I just didn't think anything about it. I'm just like, let me edit this video and get it uploaded. That's really what I was thinking about, like getting it uploaded on Thursday on time. And so, yeah. So they took the video down and they're like, oh, you can't post or do anything for 7 days. So no live, no videos. I couldn't even go on the community to post to explain what happened, so that, like obviously I don't have a huge following, but still, like some people, they still look forward to my videos. They like to watch my videos. So at least, you know, for those who like to view and they look forward to it, then I could like explain like, oh, I will not be able to post or upload for the next 7 days. So anyways, that's what happened last week. Oh goodness, I'm about to lay back down. I just needed to make this video so you can understand what happened. And I'm going to try to upload the video, like I re-edited it. So I'm going to try to upload that video, the edited version. I just took the clip out completely because YouTube is so, ugh, I'm just so disgusted with this platform. It's ridiculous. Like the censorship is out of control. You like literally I'm like, what do they want me to do? Like record from the neck up? Eventually that's going to be inappropriate. Oh my goodness, your lips. Like, oh my goodness, you're creating pornography. Like I'm like they want me to wear a potato sack. Like get over yourselves. Like this platform, I'm so over it. And I'm like, I need to find like someone that's good with like coding and all that stuff. Like we got to make our own website. That's probably what I'm going to look into doing. But it's going to be 18 plus, so no kids. It's already going to start off 18 plus. I love adults only everything. I hate like when you have kids around, you automatically have to censor yourself. So it's going to be 18 plus, but it's going to be a platform for SWs, you know, of all kinds, whether you're a sugar baby, an entertainer, content creator, full blown FSSW, whatever you are. If you want to create content of your lifestyle and you want a free, like a safe space to do so, that's what the platform is going to be because it's just ridiculous. Obviously, you're not going to be, like, you're not going to be able to, like, you know, be butt naked and stuff. But you'll be able to freely wear clothes and not have to worry, oh my goodness, this platform's gonna take my video down because oh my outfit's see-through or you can see my nipple. These people are like beyond ridiculous. And even in this day and age, I can't even say these people is like the AI bots. Cause they're the ones that's like doing everything, you know, it's not actual people like because anytime you try to dispute, when YouTube tries to take your videos down and you try to dispute, it's they don't even like they don't even look at the context, you know? So like let's say it got taken down because you said a word. They're not even looking at the context of which you use the language. And then the outfits, I'm over this platform, they're so stupid. But yes, Aston is on her way to school. Praise God because I worked last night. Also, praise God, and you know, Jesus, let me tell you, the little engine that could. Okay, persistence pays off. My club has been hitting for the past at least, I'm talking about consistently straight back to back nights for the past 2 months. This week, keep in mind, this is the middle of the week. You would think it'd be okay. This week was the weirdest week of all. And I live in Chicago, just in case anyone's watching and they don't know. It's been conventions all week. So you would think it should be busy. I made more money during the last week of last month, and then the first week of this month. I was surprised. I was like, man, I'm making money like this at the beginning of the month, the weekend, the first of the month, and y'all wild out here. And then here we come to the middle of the week. And I said, where is the money? Like, talk about messing with your motivation, just your mentality as a whole. It messed with me so bad. But you know what pushed me? I said it's so bad. At this point, I'm spending more money than I'm making because it was so bad. I like the little chump change I make, give it straight to the nanny because I said it's not enough for both of us. So just take it. Like, what can I do with this? Like, what can I do with it? I was so discouraged. I said, I want to go back. I got to find another club. I can't be out here like this. And then I scheduled a doctor appointment for Aston and then one for me for next week. So I had to look at the calendar. Girl, when I saw the calendar and I don't get like as much money each month for Aston as I used to, I have to call them about that today. Because last month they didn't send me any money at all. And I think it's because it's stupid. It's dumb. I think it's because like I sent myself $1,000 because I have two bank accounts. So I have one bank account for paying bills and then one for life, you know. And so I sent myself like $1,000 into the bill paying account because I'm renewing my lease. And also I'm interested in moving upstairs to the upstairs unit, which is more space. So I put that in there for the purpose of showing the landlady and then be able to have that money in there for the deposit. Idiots. And so these idiots must have been like, oh, she doing good. She making so much money. She don't need this money each month. And it's like, the money is not for me. It's for the baby, you idiots. It doesn't matter how much money I make. She's still disabled. She still has disability. So it's for her, you idiots. It's like, dang, is everybody dumb in this day and age? But anyways, um, too much energy because I need to lay back down because Aston's in preschool, so she only goes to school for like 2 hours, okay? 2.5 hours. Okay, so I need every ounce of sleep I could get. I worked last night. I stayed till like 3. Girl, I made well over $1,000. So I left with 920, 920, and I had to pay $581 for my tip out. I did like 3 15-minute VIPs. Wait, is it right? Is it right? Did I do 3 or 4? I think I did 3 15-minute VIPs and a lot of dances. And like I said, I was discouraged. I didn't want to go back. But when I made those doctor appointments and I looked at the calendar, I said, girl, you got 2 weeks to be able to make next month rent plus the deposit money. So I said, look, even if I leave with 200, every penny counts. And of course, you got to keep paying the nanny regardless. So I said, we gonna make it work. Look, if I gotta do an after party, whatever. I said we're gonna get every ounce. Okay, whatever we can get, we getting it. So I went immediately. Immediately, as soon as I got in there. Because I would go every night this week with my positive attitude, always glass half full, optimistic. I'd be telling the girls, tonight, I think tonight gonna be a good night. No, it was not pleasant. But then last night, soon, I didn't even walk in. Yeah, I just pulled up. Customers already coming in. I said, okay, it's a good sign. But don't get too excited because Monday and Tuesday we had customers, but they weren't doing anything. And you would look at them and you would think, oh, these are the kind that, no. So anyways, go in. I kind of sort of a little bit took my time getting ready because I already had my makeup and stuff done. So I just had to put on lashes and wet my hair for the fat, juicy, and wet curls, you know. So yeah, I was kind of moving a little bit slow. But once I got downstairs, boom, the people. Honestly, I did not have to wait long. And I was just like, the other girls, like I said, it was so bad all week. The other entertainers, they got so discouraged, they did not come. It was probably 10 or less girls. But it was probably, let's just say maybe 10. Definitely no more than 12 max dancers all night. The other nights, overload of dancers. The ratio, of dancers to customers, completely off. Way too many females. The weekdays don't even be busy, but like I said, since it's been so good at my club, everybody been, oh, Monday was good, Tuesday was good. So everybody been coming in. Mondays is free house at my club no matter what. So everybody up in there. So they got discouraged because they like, we spending all this money. And then one of the girls, like sometimes my club do be overcharging the girls. You got to keep telling them. No, I did this many dances because they will overcharge you. So yeah, she didn't want to go back. Like, I'm not about to spend over $100 to work and get overcharged. And then there's nobody in there. So we spending money, not making money. But I pushed through and it paid off. I was in there and I think I was like the only for real black girl. Because everybody got their fetishes. And then what happened? And then it was, what they got? Okay. I'm just looking at the neighbors out there because I'm like, I never seen them. But they probably live down the street. That's why. It was a family, so it wasn't nothing wrong. I live in a nice neighborhood. Cause God love me. So I get favor and blessings. Duh. And so anyways, what happened? It was just a good night. And I was just hitting it. I was just hitting it with everybody I was talking to. Like last night, they just must have listened to Jesus last night when he said, you gonna go in there, you gonna fall in love with my daughter, and you gonna pay her bills this month. And everybody just was loving me last night. And like I said, I was the only for real black girl. Like it was another one, but she's like biracial. So she mixed with like a lot of stuff. So she's not 100% black. But she's gorgeous. Yeah, it was two of them, two mulattoes. So it was two mulattoes, and then it was me. Um, and so like me, I'm more like brown skin, obviously, like brown skin, and then the other two, they're more like one is like high yellow, and then the other one, she light skin, but she got like a red undertone, you know. But yeah, but they both gorgeous. Everybody gorgeous. Everybody look good. Boom, boom, boom. My club, it be gorgeous women. And I be bragging about the girls that work there to the customers. I be like, we got a variety of options. I'm like, everybody look good. Literally, my club, it be like hundreds of beautiful women, only 3 ugly ones. And I ain't trying to, you know, it's true. Everybody look good in it. You may see like a couple where it's like, ooh, what happened? Like everybody else walking on stage looking good, the body, everything, and then you see a couple where it's like, ooh, how you get it here? But it's okay because everybody make their little money however they do. But yeah, so I was hitting, and then one of the customers, he was waiting for this girl that I'm cool with. So I was messaging her saying he been up in here for an hour waiting on you. He be turning everybody away politely and delicately. He not disrespectful. He not eating, drinking, doing nothing. I think he had a water bottle just sitting there content, literally waiting for her for an hour like this. I said, dude, he think he in love or something? I said, oh my goodness. This man is literally sitting at the table staring straight. I was like, he think he being a good little boy. Like I didn't talk to the other girls or anything. I just waited for you. So I just messaged her like, girl, get your butt up in here. I said, your client is here. And like we was talking about it for a little bit. And she finally came. But he told me, because like I said, all the other girls kept trying, everybody was trying him, and some be more aggressive than others, and I be gentle and delicate, assuming I'm not. Like once I start drinking, then I just be more straight to the point, not aggressive, just fun. I be like, like, hey, blah blah blah, a short little spiel, and then I'm like, all right, let's get to it, let's go. That's how I be. I'm like, okay, I'm like, let's go, But he told me obviously he's been watching everybody. He's waiting for an hour or more, and he's like, you're one of the better entertainers. He's like, he live in Vegas or his cousin, somebody live in Vegas, and he's like, if you ever want to work out there, look them up. He's like, they're like a top entertainer out there, blah blah blah, all this stuff. He's like, you're one of the better entertainers. He's like, I seen you. He's like, I've been watching you. He's like, your stage performance is top notch, and he's like, you know how to draw the crowd in. He's like, the guys, they're just casually looking. He's like, yeah, they're just like, okay, passive, boom, boom, boom. He's like, but you draw them in and you bring them to the stage. And it's true, depending on if it's the right crowd. Like, because I make eye contact, I be doing my facial expressions, and like I'm very sensual, slow and sexy, but you still got to match the music. So, sometimes I do the little bop bop. But yeah, and I be making eye contact. Don't let me see you. Like if I see you looking at me in the crowd, I'm going to hone in and I'm going to lock them eyes, because I do my seduction eyes, So I don't be looking at you just, and then I be playful, because they always want to see you having fun. And that's how, like, they know every time anybody see me on stage, they be like, you look like you enjoy it. Yes. If you look like you're having fun and not like some zombie, yes. And that's what happened. One by one, they was coming to the stage because I was talking to some of them. So they like, yeah, we had to come and tip and show you some love. And then the other one, I talked to him only a little bit, But like I said, that performance on stage made him, he saw his friend go up and then he like, me too. And then the other one, boys be copying each other like they want what other guys want. So then the other one saw everybody go to the stage. He had already been watching me. I saw him watching me every time I went on stage. And I knew he liked my performance, but he never came up there. And then he saw the other two go and he was like, yeah. Yeah, we were on the same page. He's like, we all like the same thing. Okay, it's desirable. Yeah, it was a good night. So enough about that. I literally just came on. This is a long live. I literally need to go back to sleep. All I see are school buses. I got this light from Amazon. I need to go lay back down because God is good. He woke me up where I could get Aston ready on time. I ran out the house because I was just so nervous. I'm like, Lord, please don't let this bus come. Please don't let this bus come, because Aston had to miss school yesterday because I overslept. Slept through the alarm like I've done before. And I'm like, not today. I said, you woke me up before 7. Aston was already awake before 7. I said, we gonna make it. We gonna make it. The bus pulls right up to our house. But it's hard getting her ready because I have to do everything for her. She doesn't get herself dressed. It's too much. I have to do a fresh diaper, wash her face, Vaseline, put on the outfit, chapstick. I have to put a harness on her because she rides the bus and she's in preschool and she has autism. So she has to be like really strapped in. So I have to put the harness, pack her lunch, pack her backpack. Like I said, she's in preschool, so all I put in her backpack, that's just her snack, really. I don't put anything in there because she doesn't need anything. They're not having notebooks and crayons. No, she's in preschool. It's basically daycare. They're learning social skills. They're just learning to play and listen and follow instructions. That's what preschool is. Can you sit in your seat for an hour or so? Can you follow instructions? Can you play well with others? That's what that is. Let your mama get some sleep. Okay, let your mama take a shower. Let her eat some food. If she want to go outside for some fresh air. I've been talking to somebody, y'all. That's going to be in the next live. But who knows? Because if YouTube take my video down again, then y'all not going to see me for another 30 days. But I'm going to find like a programmer. And we gonna make our own platform. And look, the image, the logo for our platform is going to be a big FU sign for YouTube. FU for being so petty and immature. Because I'm over it. I'm over all of this obnoxious censorship unnecessarily. Like, who? I don't know. I can't even comment. Like, who? What is wrong with you people? Anyways, way too petty for me. I'm about to lay back down. I'm tired. I just had to get on here and explain what happened and give you a warning because they may try to take this video down. But moving forward, I'm basically just going to have to do home videos, like me at home. But I really do that. And I only show a glimpse of me at work. So I'm like, if I record at work, it's just going to have to be from the neck up. I'm scared to even show my toes. Oh, pornography. She's posting pornography. Like, were you dropped on your head? Is that what happened? Did your mama stand too close to the microwave? Was she doing LSD when she was pregnant with you? Like, who? What? Who? It's too much. It's too much. But then some say it's not enough. But that's it. I'm trying to make sure I covered everything. So that's what happened. They took the video down, blocked me for 7 days, so I couldn't post anything, live, videos, community. I already have my video re-edited. I'm going to wait till I wake up from my nap. And when Aston takes her nap, I will try to upload it very cautiously. I just want people to have time to watch this video. And that way they know. So, what else is there? Had a good night at work last night. I pushed through. We are our own worst enemies. we can keep ourselves from blessings. If I never made it to work, I made over $1,000. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Stage dances and rooms. No, I did not get in the suites, but um, I got tipped pretty good. So I'm trying to think what else. And then I told you about the bus. I was very frustrated this morning because I was like, I did not want Aston to have to miss school, and I didn't want to have to wait like almost an hour because her school does not open the doors until a little after 8. But her bus comes way, 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 way early. Like way, way, so much more before 8. I'm like, I don't want to have to wait an hour to Uber up to her school. I was frustrated because I was right at the door. The bus pulled up, drove off. I literally ran out the house like this. I have on shorts. Oh, let me not YouTube pornography. I have on shorts and I had on my house shoes. And I never do outside, inside. I always have separate shoes for outside, separate shoes for inside. Same thing for the clothes. Ran outside in my pajamas and house shoes. And the bus already had drove off. And I was like, y'all didn't even wait. But then they turned around and picked up the boy across the street. And I was like, when did y'all start doing that? Y'all don't, they always come in front of my house. And I'm like, now you doing special deliveries for him? So I just ran outside. And I was like, yeah. I was right outside. You did not see me? She's like, oh, I didn't see you. Okay, just stop talking to me then. Okay. And so anyways, but, I had a little attitude. But then I said, thank you, Lord. He brought the bus back around because ain't nobody trying to wait an hour to Uber up to the school. That's annoying. And I don't like asking, if I take her to school, then she's like, they don't really take her to the classroom. Like, you have to tell them to walk her to her classroom because she has autism. So, like, when I first took her, when she's on the bus, they take her to the classroom. If you drop her off, they think she's a regular kid, and they going to have her wandering in the hallways. And then you can't go in there, and I don't even know where the classroom is. I wasn't paying attention. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't paying attention when they gave you the little tour and stuff. I know it's somewhere by the office. We both gonna get lost. And so I'm like, excuse me, can you walk her to her classroom and, say the teacher's name? Cause my baby love kids. And she like, oh, I'm around people. I be in the house with my mama all day. We don't do anything fun. Cause I be trying to sleep. And she just be like, in the midst, she just be like, ooh, people and babies. So my baby just was wandering. She just literally was standing in between all the kids walking around and she was loving it. And I was like, no, I don't want her to get knocked over. I don't want her to get lost. It's just not right. I'm like, just put her in the classroom. Goodness. So no, I don't like that because it's too sloppy. Yeah. And then her teacher walked past, was like, I'll make sure somebody, no, you walk her to the classroom or I'm just going to have to get somebody to do it. So I'm like, I'll make sure that, where are you going? I'm like, where are you going, ma'am? You're going to make sure what? Take her to the classroom. And so anyways, let me take my nap before this little girl get out of school. 2.5 hours. But God is in the blessing business because I'm going to tell you, I was so frustrated because, I do it pretty much by myself. My mom helps when she can, but she's elderly. She got her own life too, and she lives further. My sister got her own complications, so she's not so reliable. She's not really an option for assistance. Only if I'm absolutely desperate, I have to ask her for help. The nanny, she's only one person, and she only works in the evenings. And once again, everybody be having their own life. You can't impose on others. So having to do everything for my girl and all the doctor appointments and therapies, and I was just getting too overwhelmed and frustrated. And then the Lord said preschool. And then it's just everything is just so much better. I get some sleep. Should be in school, I'll be sleep, or I'll do my hygiene routine and eat. And then, because I like to, it's stuff I like to get out of the way early before I have to start getting ready for work. It's just better. And she's better because she's so happy. She loved being around people. She liked the teachers, but she loved the babies. So good. So good. All right, that's that. I gotta get some Z's in. But like I said, I've been talking to a little boom boom. Um not like I was not trying to, it just happened that way. I was drinking last night, like what I be drinking. Hold on. My nose is trying to act all congested. Hold on. Goodness. Wipe my nose right quick, fast. I'm going to just tell you a pinch. I'm going to tell you a pinch because you may not see me for 30 days if YouTube be petty. But I'm telling y'all, YouTube, that's all I'm going to say. Okay? Because they pee me off. Don't pee me off. Don't pee me off because, now you got my creative juices flowing and I'm going to start my own platform for SWs where we could post content in peace without these obnoxious censorships. So you might not see me for 30 days. So I'll just tell you right now. I don't even like cold water, but hit the spot. Hydration. I was like, I don't like saying drunk. I say bubbly. So I was like bubbly last night. And then I told this customer. And I think that's partially why he like also wanted to do the room too. Cause some of them, my nose is trying to be congested. Some of them, they like to warm up. Like they want to test you out before they commit to VIP because they be acting like it's so expensive, whatever. So they be like, all right, let's just do a dance. I'm like, look, baby, like people be making me laugh. You're not about to test me out. Like, let's see what she's working with. Baby, I'm gonna mess you up. Stop it. I always tell them I'm a sensual entertainer. Like I'm a seductress. Hello, I practice the arts of seduction. I'm going to molest you in that dance booth. It's going to be a wrap. You're going to feel like we were in love. Like this dude last night, I kept getting back-to-back dances between him and his friend because I had that man. He wasn't expecting it. We got up in that little booth because, I had a little bit of this and a little bit of that in my system, drinking a little bit of whiskey, tequila, and Grey Goose. So I was, I'm sensual, but when I'm drinking, I'm more in tune. And then don't forget, I'm also an empath. I read energy like okay. So you got all that combined, it was over for him. He didn't know what to expect. We got in that little dance booth. Uh, let's do the little dance. He got up in that dance booth. I had that man up in here because I do a lot. Like you have to hit all the senses. Obviously, they see you, so they're already attracted to you. But you got to hit all the senses. I be having my perfume. You got to have like the pheromones. You got, I be having my perfume so they can smell. They already see. Now once I'm up on them, then they can smell and they be like, smell good. And when I'm sitting with them, they can feel my leg or I'll rub their hand on my thigh like briefly so they can feel how smooth my skin is because I have really soft skin. And they always be like, "Oh, you so small." So I'm talking about small. You so soft and smooth. So we hitting all the senses. They like, I see. Oh, I smell. Ooh, I touched. Now they over there like, ooh, but can I taste? And then like I guess hearing, but I don't think my voice is sexy, but some people think it is. But it's irrelevant. But the sound, when we get in the dance booth, I make moaning sounds sometimes. You know, like when I'm dancing on them, especially like rolling all around them, like, you know, little dumb stuff. So they be like, ooh, like they be like, you like that? Ooh, yes. So you gotta hit all the senses, okay? And so I get up in there. I ain't gonna tell y'all all the secrets. I can't have y'all copying me, stealing my little. But get up in that little dance booth with the little Middle Eastern man. It was over. I had that boy. Another song, another song. Dance with my friend. That's like another one, another one. I had him up in there. That boy, he trying to crawl up on me. He trying to like bite me. I said, baby, that's for VIP. He trying to bite all up on me. He breathing all up on my neck, making animal sounds. Like he up in there breathing heavy in the dance booth. Like we not even in the back. We up in there, and then you know, like I do the fake kisses. Like I put my finger right here, and I get real close and fake, like I'm going to kiss them, but you just hover. If you want to be real sexy, you always do like stuff like this. Never touch for real. Make it seem like you're gonna touch them. Always leave them wanting, because then they're like, oh, baby, please touch me. Oh, baby, I want to feel your skin on my skin, you know? Because at the end of the day, human beings, we are made for connection, socialization, interaction. We're made for love. And I'm in the business of selling love. You know, people want to be seen, they want to be heard, and they want to be loved. If you give them those three, you got the keys to the kingdom. And that is what I do. I let them know, I hear you, babe. I see you. Oh my goodness, I love you today. And so, anyways, yeah, so him and his friend, he went over there, he said, you got to dance with my friend. He told his friend, you have to dance with her. He was like, she's the best. And so I told him, I was like, you can't say that though, because it's all about connection. I was like, so you and I, like, we had intense chemistry. I was like, but we don't know what his interaction will be with me. And he's like, tell his friend, I don't know if I could go back with her. He said, she's dangerous. But we did end up going back again. So I danced with his friend, went on stage, and then I went back with him again. And he's like, and here's the tip. He paid plus the tip in advance. He said, and here's the tip. Because I always ask for my tip. And so after that, he learned. He said, forget that. You ain't even got to ask. But oop. And then the white man from earlier, he told me he has so much going on. He said he had all of these surgeries. He said he had the same cancer as Steve Jobs. I said, I don't follow up with people. I said, what did that man have? I didn't say it like that though. I was like, oh. I was like, what kind of cancer did he have? He told me he had all these surgeries, and then his back disc, he was an older white man. Something about his back disc, he lost an inch. He not as tall as he used to be, so much. And so I said, basically, I was like, asking him, like, your penis still work? I'm like, does that still work? But I didn't say it like that. I'm like, how do you have sex? He said, everything is still functioning. He said, it still works. I'm like, okay. Because I was like, I'm concerned because I'm like, I don't know if I can dance for you because I'm like, I'm nervous. I don't want to break anything because, like I said, I'd be really. Anyway, the moral of the story is him too. He got one dance and he said, how much for VIP? Get your butt back there and stop playing with me. But I was so nervous because I was like, how do I, like, what can I do with you? You know, like, you gonna break. He was like, I'm strong. I can handle that. He like, you can do whatever you want with me. I'm like, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, because it's things that I want to do, but I don't want to hurt you, you know? And so anyways, what else happened? But yeah, the old man who I did I? Yeah, my first. Oh, no, yeah. I have 4 VIPs. I have 4. Okay, I knew that didn't sound right. So yeah, it was the old white man was first. Then a regular white man was second, and he did it twice. Like I said, like the way I dance, I be hitting them senses. I turn them from if they a regular person. I turn them from, you know, John Doe to an animal. Yeah, I be having them back there. Another one again. Cause the second one when I did the room with him, I left him wanting. Like the time was up, he said, you should have seen his face when the alarm went off. And then he started thinking in his head, like, what can I do? And I was like, it's okay. I was like, like, we can always come back again, in a little bit. And I knew before I even finished saying that, I was like, nah, he don't want to wait. He want it now. He said, what about another 15 minutes? I'm like, yeah, we could do that. And then, so he did 2. And then there was another one after him. Not right after. I don't remember. It was somebody else. I don't remember. Ooh, I don't remember. It was somebody else got up in there. It don't matter. I'm drawing blank, but point is, oh, okay. The other person surprised me because he was from Virginia. So when we be talking about the Virginias and the Carolinas, I be like, I give everybody a chance, but I'm always like reading. I'm trying to see like, okay, do they like me so I'm not wasting my time because, some of them be a little funny. Um, you know. And so I thought he wasn't really into me. So if I feel like somebody not really into me, but I'm still trying to feel it out, I'll have another girl come over. Usually someone that looks different from me, so I can see their interaction. Like, okay, I want to see if it's me or if they just need to warm up. He just needed to warm up, and he just had to get drunk. And then he started talking to everybody. So I got him last. So he was the last one. Um, and I told him I was surprised. He was like, you know what I like? He said, I like them black. He said, I like them dark. And he was talking about like, he was attracted to another girl. She was Spanish though. So obviously she was lighter. Um, he said, but her personality, he said, he's more attracted to the other girl, but her personality was boom. And he said, and you are attractive. He said, but your personality, he was like that was the thing that won him over. And I was like, I'm really surprised, like you like me, because I thought you were really into the other girl. He said she not dark enough. So I had him last. And then what happened? I don't know. And then the older white guy, I was telling him because I started telling y'all like I'm talking to a little boom boom. And so I told the older white guy, I said, okay, I don't know, I'm gonna tell y'all like, okay, stop talking to me, y'all. I gotta go to bed. Y'all play too much. Okay, so I told him, okay. Oh goodness. Alright, I'm gonna tell y'all. Cause like y'all know we friends and I'm just like, cause y'all gonna be like, Dino, why are you so crazy? But at the end of the day, we only live in one life. So anyways, so I told him, I was like, cause I was drinking, so it was the alcohol, sharing the information. I don't know what we was talking about. I don't know. But I told him, I said, I had some. I said, I can't even say it. I was like, I had some. You see, I keep laughing because I can't tell it to y'all, but like, not sober. I was like, I had some wild animal sex this weekend. And I did. Like I told y'all, like, you know, I be like me, I'm an instigator. I'm an instigator in the bedroom or in the dance room, wherever. Like when I'm interacting with the other person, I'm an instigator. I'm a start a lot of mess. Okay, so I'm a jump it off, and then if you a man, hello, you gonna take it over, and that's usually what be happening. Like if they're like an alpha male, like because they be all like trying to be all respectful and everything, and I'm like, okay. And then once you let them know what's acceptable, these savages, they become brute beasts. Once you be like, give them access, and then they be like, so that's pretty much what happened this weekend. Like me, I always start I always start the same way. I'm talking about intimacy. I always start the same way, but like I was with the guy, and because we were drinking, or I was drinking, he don't drink. And so like he was like showing me around his house and stuff. And so I'm like, where do you want me? I'm like, you want me right here on the desk in the office? And then I was like, we could go in the front room. I was like, oh, you want me in the bedroom? Like, I'm like, we got options. I'm like, what you want? He's like, let's just go with the flow. He's like, let's just keep it natural. And so I'm like, whatever. He just like, let's just, like, don't think about it, just go. So I started it off the way I normally do. And then I can't even tell you when that man turned into a monster. One of the lives I mentioned, like in the past, when I would go on dates, I was fun, but very limited in the sense of I did not make eye contact, because I'm like, boy, why are you? Don't be trying to look in my eyes, because we're not in love. We're not. That's not happening. Like, no eye contact, no kissing. And what else? What else they be trying to do? Because they be trying to act like y'all in love, like trying to look you deep in the eyes. Like, come on, stop. Trying to kiss all up on you and then tongue. I'm like, oh, you're doing too much. And then what else? Oh, I used to be quiet. I used to be not like quiet, like don't say anything the whole time. I'm talking about I would not talk. Like I would make the moaning sounds, like, but I would not be in there. Like some people, you be having to narrate. I learned that because I started talking this year. You be having to narrate, and it does pay off because it makes a better experience. If they have a better experience, it's better for the bank account. Okay. And so anyways, yeah, they be wanting you to say all that stuff. And then they be saying all their dumb stuff. And so anyways, that's what happened. I started saying stuff. I started saying stuff with eye contact and kissing. Cause I be telling them I don't like to kiss. I'll let them know like you can kiss me, but I let them know like I don't like to kiss though. And be like, why? Cause we're not in love. Okay. But anyways, so I told the guy, I was like, yeah, I don't like kissing. He's like, really? You're so good at it. But I know how to match. Like I'm copying basically. I'm imitating what he's doing, but then I'm making it my own and taking over a little bit. Cause yeah, he was doing all the tongue, but it wasn't obnoxious and sloppy. So I put my little tongue in there too. Just a little bit. You gotta know how to do stuff. But yeah, so he got his tongue in there, and you making eye contact. It's already a wrap at that point because the man, they in there. Y'all know how it feels. You got the juice, and you sucking him in. He felt it. It's over. He like, dang. I'm looking her deep in her eyes. I'm deep. Come on, I'm deep in. And then I got everything. I'm in. They like, I'm in. I got the tongue. It's a wrap. They like, I think I'm in love. So he turned into a monster. He turned into a monster and he was literally making animal sounds. I told this girl I was cool with at one point. He started making animal sounds. Pick me up, all types of things. I said, but still maintaining. Sorry if we graphic. Pick me up, but still maintaining. I said, I was surprised. I'm gonna be honest, I was surprised. And he was 42. I said, nah. Oh my goodness. And then I said, stop telling me. I said, stop telling people your age and stop telling me you're 42. I said, you had me like you was a college frat boy. I was like, he was in there. He maintained, okay? And then when he finished, let me tell you what he said. He kind of liked the pillow talk cuddle afterwards. We did that a little bit. He said, you want to go again? He gonna say, you want to go again? You want to go again? And I'm like, sitting here thinking, clearly you want to go again because you asked me back to back 3 times. You didn't even let me answer. I said, sure. But I needed a break because he had a little curve. So I needed a break. I said, let her, let her just, let me get my burns about myself. Goodness. He told me, he was like, I thought you liked being hurt. He was like, he said you was tapping on everything. He was like, you was tapping on everything. And like, since I don't be so active, the way I work is like, I don't like be heavily active really, like back to back, always seeing people. So what happens is when I do see somebody, good morning, boo boo. Sorry, I'm a little graphic right now. When I do have an interaction, depending on the size, the shape, the width, it can be a bit much for me. So me, like, I can handle a lot, but when it's been a while, yes, I am going to tap out and I am going to try to run. And so once he became a monster, and once he was in it, it was a wrap. He's like, nah, we gonna keep going. And then I said, he crazy at this point. I was trying to run. I was like inching away. He literally grabbed me, pulled me back, and say, where you going? I was like, it's done. I said, it's done. It's over. I said, no, it's a wrap. That man grabbed me and said, where are you going? Pulled me right back on the bed. Like, I'm telling you, I was inching. It reminded me of my first, because my first, we did everything. He was a good first. He was a good person to break me into. Yeah. And so, but like I said, like he was my first and he was big. He was 9, but he could grow to 10. And so obviously, my little, okay, I would run. Certain positions you can keep your composure, stand your ground with certain positions and be okay, Other ones, I would always run. And like guys, when they really into it, like men are always trying to be gentle. They're gentle giants. They try and be delicate and sweet with you. But once they're like, all right, look, playtime over. They like, all right, look. Cause like they're on I don't know, like they're on a wave. And they like, look, we are approaching our destination. And they like, you not about to mess this up. We gonna finish. Get over here. Yeah, like, like Mortal Kombat, like the video game, literally. That's what they both did to me. Like, get over here. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, oh my goodness, we gotta calm down. Y'all gotta calm down. And then it's horrible because then they try to act normal when it's all said and done. They try to act like normal human beings, all calm and stuff. Like, what can I compare it to? I have no idea what I can compare it to. It's over. It's done. I gotta take a little nap. But yeah, so I told him I'm like, with the curves, I never know how I feel because thing about me, I always tell people I never come. I never come for real. But also it's because I withhold because I am afraid what is going to happen. Men, they turn into monsters, savages, brute beasts. I don't know what's going to happen if I allow myself to like just really let go. And I'm scared for the masses and I'm scared for myself. I'm like, I'm not trying to be a top-notch freak. I don't know what's going to happen. And then I need to have some control, you know. So, okay, that's enough. Freaking hour. I need to take my butt to bed. Bye. Thanks for listening.